Kizza Besigye is facing it rough in jail. There is a judge known as Baguma who has failed to do what is needed within the law. Kizza Besigye is making, I think, 2 years in jail without trial. In fact, yesterday in court, Kizza Besigye came out to call on General Kaguta Museveni to change the constitution so that they can reintroduce detention without trial, which was being used by Major Nobote then. Kizza Besigye said these statements.
I think Mr. Museveni should stop being shy and reenact trial, detention without trial, so that we know, instead of harassing the courts to do what you are doing. So it has been clarified that what has been going on has been a preliminary hearing.
It has been closed.
Not closed.
So I think, hear me out, hear me out. Really, I think
Preliminary hearing has been closed.
No.
if it has, I think Mr. Museveni should stop being shy and reenact trial, detention without trial, so that we know, instead of harassing the courts to do what you are doing, which is really awful.
That is Dr. Kizza Besigye. I keep on telling people that, or sometimes I pose a question. Tell me one individual who is still alive, who has sacrificed for this Uganda like Dr. Kizza Besigye. Tell me one. You'll fail. Because Kizza Besigye was in the bush of 1980, so he sacrificed almost 40 years ago, and he still sacrificed for a country. Kizza Besigye is being accused of terrorism and wanting to kill General Kaguta Museveni. He was caught in Kenya, contrary to the penal code. But the judge who is in this case, even a juvenile can see that it is persecution, not a prosecution. How can you tell me that 2 years later, the state has never brought evidence? Because if you take me to court and you are the state, you must bring evidence on the table so that the judge can convict or tell me go home. Under Kizza Besigye, he has never been convicted. No evidence has ever been brought to the table. It is akin to what happened to the NUP supporters who were caught 6 years ago. The military court tried them. The constitutional court came out to say that the military court lacks jurisdiction. But even up to now, they are still in jail. No evidence has ever been brought to court. There is no court that has ever been as committed to try these individuals. So we are under an authoritarian. There are some people who are suffering because of the inequality and the poor administration of the law. Our judiciary was captured. In fact, the new Chief Justice, Flavian Jeiza, I don't have so much faith in him because it all starts with the head. If he can influence under authoritarian, every authoritarian wants to control everything. The judiciary, etc. Besigye has made 70 years in jail. Besigye is an old man. Okay, let me assume even if Besigye has some problems, at least General Museveni should remember that he was once a comrade who treated him in the bush. God forbid, what if Besigye dies in jail? Those are the same people who come and to give him a 7-gun salute because he has never been in government. And what pains me more is the people who come from Dr. Kizza Besigye's backyard, from the Speaker Taibwa, Otafire, at least Otafire has sometimes come out to speak. They are keeping mum when their son is dying. One of the greatest hypocrites in this country are Ugandans. Kizza Besigye put his own life on the line for the longest. Ugandans have not come out to demand his release. Sometimes government needs pressure from the wananchi. Sometimes government feels the pressure from the public. There is no freedom that has ever come on a silver platter. There is no freedom that just comes like that. Kiza, we are hypocrites. Okay? So for me, I keep on telling people that, one, Justice Baguma should man up and do the needful. The judiciary should style up. Bail should be the easiest thing to access when it comes to political matters, most especially under an authoritarian. I give very many examples that countries like Kenya, they have a bigger democracy, bigger than us. But their judiciary had a role. They used to do judicial activism. I'll keep on saying that. Judicial activism doesn't necessarily mean that you make a ruling that contrary to the penal code, but it means that you make a ruling that helps to build the jurisprudence of a country. There is no way that Kizza Besigye can spend such amount of time in jail without the state bringing evidence. We're in a banana republic. I continue praying for Dr. Kizza Besigye, and I continue praying for his own release. Aluta continue. Of course, as my opinion is truly Mr. Makindi Kabisuleman Magli. If you're into this channel, please subscribe, like, and comment so that I'm motivated to do more of such videos. I'll see you on another one. Peace. In fact, when he came out to ask General Kaguta Museveni to bring detention without trial, detention without trial was a law that was brought by Obote and supported by Ibingira. They could arrest you without even trying, and they jail you for the longest. It is the same that was happening. The propagator of the same law became affected. The law which Grace Ibingira supported and Obote was the same law that tried him. It is the truth. Was the same law that tried him when he fell out with Obote. It is the truth. So Kizza Besigye is suffering because of detention without trial. Kizza Besigye's case is not being prosecuted. It looks like persecution. I'm telling you.